tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up. Blessings on blessings on blessings.
Blessings on blessings on blessings. I really wanted to start with a big gabagool, but Francis ain't here to do it, so I don't want to even attempt it and make it bad. But what is going on, everybody? We got a little time to talk today. We're going to hang out. We're going to chill. NYYU and chill. That's the new thing. Hashtag NYYU and chill. That is the way to go about it, baby. That is what we're doing tonight, folks. A little NYY and chill action. We got some news to talk about. And then, as always, it is about you, the community. We're going to have a nice conversation. But on top of that, I'm going to play your guys' voicemails. So we're going to have a little bit of fun today. Oh, they got the NYYU and chill in there already. All right, what's better than that? Listen to Pete talk, call your girl over the house, and have a little NYY and chill time. It's kind of weird if you're watching me while that. But anyway, enjoy yourself if that's the case. Uncle Dom, my friend, how you doing, my guy? Tina, what up? Ninja Warrior, my guy, Macho King, the one, the only.
Cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
And here at the U-Mach, you know we got...
A duster of fortitude, yeah!
You bet your ass we do. Z-Show, what's up, brother? Devin Patrick, what's up, brother? How you doing over? Hey, Tim, what's up, brother? What up? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Shorb, what's up, brother? How we doing? He's been found, Shorb. He's been found. We'll get to that momentarily, but everybody wants to hear the big news of the day. We'll talk a little bit about the Yankees non-tenders. Let's jump right into that. Who do they tender a contract? Who do they not? Here it is right here is a release from the New York Yankees. Again, at Yankees, of course. Today, the Yankees non-tendered right-handed pitcher Michael Arias. Right-handed pitcher Jake Cousins, right-handed pitcher Scott Efros, right-handed pitcher Ian Hamilton, and right-handed pitcher Mark Leiter Jr. Sorry to laugh. I'll talk about Mark Leiter Jr. here momentarily, but additionally, the Yankees have agreed to terms on one-year contracts with infielder, outfielder Oswaldo Cabrera, fan favorite, always, and right-handed pitcher Clark Schmitties, who gets about $4 million. Pretty interesting stuff there. I think Clark is going to miss the majority of the year, if not all of it. But, man, oh man, a lot of people out there were, if you guys go back to the 24-hour stream, mind you, that's when the last 24-hour stream, that's when the Yankees got Mark Leiter Jr. And I sat there and said, this move is ridiculous. I don't like this move one bit. I'm not a fan of Mark Leiter Jr. I think he's a train wreck. And you had a lot of people on the fake world of Twitter, a lot of people who are very Twitter respected out there. That's a new term I learned, to be respected on Twitter. Yes. I can't imagine feeling anything good about being I'm respected on Twitter, folks, all right? I've earned my bones. I'm respected on Twitter. I've earned my bones. Yet I can't get 6 people to listen to me. Anyway, Mark Leiter Jr., a lot of people sat there and said, oh man, Mark's great because look at those K rates. Unbelievable. Look at those strikeout rates he has. He's going to come here with Matt Blake and that'd be an 8th inning guy. He's going to be a setup guy and everybody's going to bow at the feet of the great milkman himself, Mark Leiter Jr. Well, little stupid old Pete sat there and said, yeah, come on now, folks. Let's take it easy. Every move the Yankees make, you don't got to say it's going to be great. You are allowed to have your own opinion, folks. I promise you that. You can have your own opinion. It is okay. It is okay to sit there and say, bringing back or Trent Grisham opted in at $22 million. I don't like that. That doesn't mean you don't like Trent Grisham. I just don't like Trent Grisham at $22 million. I think everybody would agree with that. It's kind of hard to sit there and say Trent Grisham is worth $22 million, but I digress. But that is what the Yankees did. I don't think there's a move on this list that I sit there and go, I don't like. Like, let's be honest. Michael Arias is a guy who, was a top prospect for I want to say the Cubs. Never really put it together. Yankees took a chance on him. He's extremely wild. He does got good stuff, but it doesn't shock me. Jay Cousins doesn't shock me, to be honest. A lot of injuries there. Scott Efros, what a waste. What a waste he was, and that's a great Brian Cashman move. Ian Hamilton, a guy that we all loved for a minute. Injuries and everything else just can't be consistent enough. Go away. And Mark Leiter Jr., I knew that was a waste. And the minute they made that deal, and it turns out to be another guy that Cashman traded for, that we're going to say adios. We will go ahead and see you next time. But that is where the Yankees are today. Again, no real surprises. Very happy for Oswaldo Cabrera. I do hope he comes back healthy and he's good to go and he could be a good guy off the bench for the Yankees. He's always been a fan favorite, but it's just because of the person he is. Just a really good guy overall, and we're all hoping that the recovery's been good and he'll be fine. Got a couple of super chats, guys, and like I said, man, voicemail line is open. We'll get to those today.
Thank you for being a friend.
Gahabagoo. Diego, my guy, says, so how was found? Was his brain found intact? Love the hat, Pete. What do you think about potentially trading for Zach Neto? Let me tell you something, brother. If Zach Neto is available, yeah, you go and get a guy like Zach Neto. Everybody, I've talked about him quite a bit here. The main reason why it's not something that obviously you push and you talk hard about is because we don't know. You have no idea. There hasn't been a single whisper or a mention that Zach Neto could be traded. But who the hell wouldn't want him on this team? You talk about a major upgrade. That's a major upgrade. Steve Payne says, when does a new UDT come out? Need one for mom. UDT. Underground. What is a UDT? Anybody? Am I missing something? What's UDT? I don't know what a UDT is. Uncle Dom t-shirt. Oh, I mean that Uncle Dom t-shirt. I don't know, guys. As you guys know, I'm making all my merchandise now. So yeah, it's the merchandise that we make now. It's gonna be tough. That could be quite some time. Gotta take it easy on me here. All right, it's one guy. It's one guy doing everything. All right, translated to. Give me a little bit of time. All right, give me a little time, but I'll do this for Uncle Dom. All right, why not?
Fucking over! Yankees win! Yankees win! Let's fucking go! Woo!
Oh, play that for Uncle Dom. Damn it, that's going to continue. David with the super chat, my guy. How we doing over here? David says, I think we should trade Spencer Jones and a pitching prospect for Brendan Donovan. Also sign Imai and get Bellinger for 4 years. I got a little bit that I do want to talk about that, but can I save what you just said, David, and give me 1 second because I want to get to this one more super chat. I want to talk about Hal briefly, and then we can go from there. But I do want to talk about Brendan Donovan, and I do want to talk about Cody Bellinger. We'll get to a couple of topics that kind of came out of nowhere, and we'll go from there. William Henry got his NYYU shirt today. I got an announcement on the shirts, too. Give me a second. I'll get to all that stuff today. Where do they find Hal? On a yacht? Says our good friend Corinne. Corinne, how you doing? Thank you. They did find him. So again, really quickly, guys, Hal Steinbrenner is going to have a Zoom meeting on Monday. You know, he has to be a Zoom meeting. He can't meet with reporters directly. And Hal Steinbrenner typically comes out, once in a blue moon. And that's really it. Last time we heard from him was in February when the Yankees changed their facial hair policy. That's the last time we heard from him. We know that Hal Steinbrenner has been missing for a while. A lot of people have been hitting me up today saying, Pete, you got to get credit for this because you've been the loudest voice saying, where is Hal? And here he is. So, personally, in all seriousness, I obviously don't take credit for Hal showing up. It's his job. It's what he should be doing. But he'll answer questions. We'll be live for it. It's going to be on Monday. I don't believe they have a time on it yet. I haven't seen anything like that, but typically those are like 11 o'clocks, 12 o'clocks and things like that. And we'll go from there and talk about it. And I'll probably be live for it if I can be, like I do with, Cashman and Boone. Because I really am actually, people are going to sit there and probably go, Pete, come on, you know what he's going to say. I'm interested. I'm actually interested to hear what he has to say. I really am. As my brother Ronnie, gold member Ronnie, Hal on Sunday, the Dodgers got lucky. Shut up, you stupid fans. Yeah, I mean, it probably could definitely come off that way from Hal Steinbrenner. There's no doubt about that. But, we'll see. Like I said, man, I mean, look, we cover the Yankees. It's what we're going to do. We're going to, cover Hal Steinbrenner talk. It's going to be news. And we're not going to like everything. But, will he hold the team accountable? I don't know. Will he say things like it's unacceptable that we have not won? It's been 16 years. Will he say stuff like that? I doubt it. Maybe we get lucky and he does. I mean, words are words. Actions mean a lot more. I'm sure to ask him about payroll. I'm sure he'll also say what he's continued to say, that they don't have to be over $300 million to win, which by all means is true. But let's act like you don't have to do that if you can to win. The Yankees have that at their advantage, and they should use it if it's at their disposal, and it is. And they should use it, in my opinion. David says, I do like Jonah Heim from Texas, maybe an option. And if we get Donovan, maybe we swap Jazz in a trade, but I am good with Jazz, just an option. Let's talk about a little bit of that before we go ahead and get into voicemails and all that fun stuff. Let me get back to that other super chat I had here from David. I think we should trade Spencer Jones and a pitching prospect for Brendan Donovan now. I don't like to always get into, what a deal will look like, but I will say this. Brendan Donovan fits the Yankees extremely well. He's a type of player that the Yankees should go after. A guy that plays second base, third base, left field, but a high contact hitter, puts the ball in the gap, could have a little more pop at Yankee Stadium. But again, a guy that puts the ball in play and would be on base for a guy like Aaron Judge. This is not insane to think about, folks. Can you guys imagine this concept? I had so many people sit there and get mad when me and Kev was on, and we sat there and said, I don't care if the Yankees had the highest on-base percentage. Where is Aaron Judge with his 140 ribbies? It's because you don't put on-base percentage in front of Judge. Judge should have two hitters in front of him that have a 340 on-base percentage, bare minimum. Guys that are getting on base, that put the ball in play, that could run a little bit. That's the structure of a lineup that the Yankees need. And again, I'm not saying that, the Yankees was such a bad offensive team last year. No, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying the Yankees didn't get on. Nobody's saying none of that. It's the structure of the lineup that the Yankees got to get over. Hell, Brian Cashman just said yesterday. He just said it yesterday. That Trent Grisham was their leadoff man. He basically could be again. Trent Grisham should not be the leadoff hitter for the New York Yankees. Not when you got a roster that has Jason Dominguez on it. It's ridiculous. Shouldn't be the leadoff hitter. Just get back to the basics. You got the greatest threat of driving runs in the game in Aaron Judge. Put guys that don't strike out and get on base ahead of them and maybe could run a little bit. This is not complicated. This is legitimately basics. And that's all people are, at least that's all I'm asking for. I'm not saying the Yankees do everything bad. They don't. But I think that's something the Yankees really hurt themselves with. I think if the Yankees just decided, hey, you know what? We could stick with analytics. We could build our team around it. But let's be smart about how the lineup is constructed. Have on-base percentage and good batting averages up top. Let Judge drive those guys in. It's really not that hard. I like the idea of Ben Rice as the number 2 hitter potentially. Judge protects him, depending on what else the Yankees do. But Brendan Donovan, I like Jason Dominguez there. But we don't even, I still believe Jason Dominguez will be traded. That's my belief. Can we please get some right-handed hitters? Everyone we have to speak about trading for is left-handed. No doubt about it. I'm going to get to one of the names that were mentioned today by somebody very prominent with the New York Yankees, of course, that being Michael Kay. I'll talk about that here momentarily. Let me go ahead and do a quick refresh of these. Let me see some here. Delete this one. Let me go ahead and play a voicemail, and then we're going to get into the next topic, which is an interesting one. And I want to play a clip. We're going to listen to it, and then I'm going to react to it. So let's keep going.
Hey, yeah! Fam! The little Minetti getting ready to bust out and smack one on Hal. just in time when he shows that stupid face of his.
Yeah.
See,
What's
the
up,
stuff
brother?
that we've had this week is the epitome of bullshit.
Mm.
And how it's funny that you would rise and show your face right in the middle of all this bullshit. So Hal, got something to tell you. We know who you are. We know what you are. And Pete, it hurts me to see him treat us like this. It hurts me to see him treat us the way that he does.
Oh, sing
And
it,
it hurts
Dom.
me to see us sit and cry.
Woo!
When I know we
Put
have
it
been
louder.
so true.
Put it louder.
And how you don't have one damn clue. It hurts me to see the tears in your eyes.
Wow.
The whole town is talking, and they're calling us fools
Bet your
for
ass they are.
listening to your same old lies. And when we know we've been so true, how you don't have one damn clue. Hurts me to see the way he makes you cry.
Yeah.
Hal, we're watching you cut the shit, Hal. Cut the shit.
Don't make a
You
fuck
better
out of me,
come up
Hal.
big, brother. Somehow, some way. Now let's fucking go.
Gotta love it. Gotta love Uncle Dom, damn it. He's cooking. Oh, we got a big congratulations, folks. Listen to this. March. Happy 27th anniversary to Tammy. That's the wonderful wife of March. Beautiful. We love the you. Can't wait to see everyone in the spring with my grandson and Lil Manetti at the event. Oh, yeah. March out. Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, we are ready to go, baby. We are ready to go. David says, I saw Alec Boehm from Phillies is a non-tender. Talk about a couple of those non-tender guys really quickly. One of the main ones I saw pretty briefly was Jonah Heim. And I tweeted about it immediately. I said, Yankee. Let me tell you why this makes sense. Let me pull up Jonah Heim real quick. 1 second, guys. Let's take a look at this because a lot of people were like, Pete, are you out your mind? The guy sucks. I think it's because a lot of people were assuming that I'm saying over Austin Wells. I'm not saying that. Jonah Heim, again, a guy that did not have a good year. He looked like he was really developing into a very, very good catcher overall in 2023. Kind of back-to-back really poor years. But we all know there needs to be a right-handed complement to Austin Wells. I think it makes a lot of sense. And Jonah Heim is a right-handed hitter. He's a switch hitter. So the splits are really nothing crazy, but I'm not saying replace Austin Wells. I've been one of the biggest defenders of Austin Wells. Everyone, here we go. We got it right now. I mean, look at this, right in time, Mr. Smooth Operator. Everyone talking about Jonah Heim, but what about Adolis Garcia? He seems high upside flyer candidate. Also, I would forgive Cashman if somehow he gets Corey Seager. Let me just say about Adolis real quick. Doesn't make sense for the Yankees, not with Trent Grisham back. If Trent Grisham didn't come back and the Yankees maybe could consider putting him in one of the corner outfield spots, of course, left field, then I could understand it. But I think with Grisham back, it doesn't make sense. And I don't think the Yankees would go there. Yes, he is a right-handed bat. They do need one or two of them. But folks, before everybody gets mad at me and says, oh, come on, Pete, this is, this is just living in Pete Simonetti's fantasy world here. Well, I'm not the one who said this. I'm going to go ahead and play this next clip from our good friend, Michael K. And I'm going to play it, and I want everybody to sit back. I want everybody to take a listen, because again, this is not Pete Simonetti saying any of this. I want you guys to listen, and we're going to react, and we're going to talk about it afterwards. But the clip is about 3 minutes. I want to play the whole thing, and then I'll give my response to Michael K. All right? Here we go. Let's take a listen.
Now, what do the Yankees need this year? They need a right-handed bat, right? Fernando Tatis is 26 years old. He'll be 27 at the beginning of January. Coming off a year where he hit 268, 25 home runs, 71 ribbies, 159 hits. He's a brilliant outfielder. He plays right. He could play left. easily. We know that he came up as a shortstop, so he could do that too. At the end of 2020, he signed a 14-year deal for $340 million. And at the time, people were aghast. Aghast. Not anymore. You know what the average annual value of that contract is? $24.29 million a year. That's $2.9 million more than Trent Grisham's making. The deal runs through 2034. Now, the only problem is this year, coming up, 2026 will make $20 million. 2027 will make $25 million. 2028 he's going to make $25 million. And then from 29 through 34, he makes $36 million a year. So what's remaining on the deal is not quite an average annual value of 24.29, but it's below market value for a player of that ilk. Also, since he's just 27, you're not signing him till he's 40 or 41. It's not a deal like what Machado has or what Soto has. It's not. You'll get out of that deal by the time he's 36 or 37. I would make a phone call to A.J. Preller. What do you need? What do you want? We got a deep farm system. This type of player that would play huge in New York, he'd be unbelievable. Be a huge star. I know he's had his PD problems. And if he gets banged again for a PD problem, you know what? You're kind of out of the contract, aren't you? Now you can say, well, we're giving up a lot of people, and we're one bad test away from maybe being out of contract. You can take that chance because he's excelled since being banged on the PD job. He has a no-trade clause through 2028. I think with his theatrical flair, he would waive that clause to go to the Yankees. If I'm the Yankees and I see the bidding for Bellinger gets over $30 million, I might have to tap out. Cody's 30 years old. And let's not forget, he's had great years and he's had really, really bad years. The Dodgers, after he won an MVP for them, non-tendered him. The Cubs, after one good year and then one year, they traded him to the Yankees for Cody Poteet. Cody Poteet. And they ate $5 million of his contract. So it has not been a steady arc up for Cody. Maybe he found the place that's perfect for him in the Bronx. Maybe. But Scott Boras is not going to play that game. He's going to play the game, how much money and how long. And if there's some team that's willing to step up and break the bank, I don't think the Yankees will. That's when I make my pivot.
All right. I'm going to stop it right there, and I'm going to simply just say this right now. Not all the time do I agree with every single word that came out of Michael K's mouth, but I agree with every single word that came out of Michael K's mouth right there. Now, I know it's the offseason and everybody talks about crazy moves and there's no way this can happen, but I will just put myself right here and say this. I said it with Juan Soto. Go back. Even the ramp up when it wasn't popular to talk about Juan Soto to the Yankees. I was talking about it for years. And all the time through all those years of talking about Soto to the Yankees, what did I always say it was? I said, that's a move. That is a World Series move. You get a guy like him, you're going to the chip. It means something to an entire team when you make a move like that. Michael K, I'm going to start at the beginning with Tatis. Michael K is right. And I'll say it here right now. If the Yankees somehow figured out a way, like Michael K has said, call up Preller and you get a deal done for Tatis, I'll say it right now. The Yankees will go to the World Series next year. It's the same type of move. It's the same type of move as Soto to the Yankees. If the Yankees go out there and they made a move and they got Fernando Tatis, they'll go to the World Series next year. It's a different level of energy, and it is a World Series move. And I've had players before talk about this, that they said when Soto got signed and they traded for Soto, we felt like we were going to the World Series immediately because it's that type of move. It hypes everybody up to get it going. Now, again, I'm not saying this is going to happen, I'm a fan of Tatis. As you know, there's his bat. Shit, there's his bat right there. That's Jira's bat. We love Fernando Tatis in the Simonetti household. There's not many players I got graded baseball cards on. Fernando's one of them. I love Tatis. It'd be amazing for me to have him in New York. But his energy and all that would be amazing. Will the Yankees do it? Hell, I don't know. Now, if it was up to me and somebody said it's going to cost a lot, I don't give a shit. They can have everybody. They could have everybody. You want Dominguez? Take him. You want Jones? Take him. You want pitching prospects? Have at it. The contract, as Kay also brilliantly broke down, I got to give him credit. It's a great deal. It's a great contract. You could play left field. Easy. You'd have no problem playing left field. And I agree with one more thing Michael Kay said. I know earlier I said, let's talk about Cody Bellinger. I'm not getting into a bidding war for Cody Bellinger. I'm sorry. There's Yankee fans out there that think that Trent Grisham's the greatest player of all time, and then Cody Bellinger's the missing piece. Stop it. I am not gonna get myself, if I'm Brian Cashman, I'm not getting into a bidding war for Cody Bellinger. I'm not doing that. Michael Kay said if it gets to $30 million, I'm backing out. If it gets to 6 years, I'm gone. Gone. Adios. See you later. I'm not locking Cody Bellinger in to a 6-year deal if that's what we have to do. No. Pass. I take my chances. I'd see what else is out there. I look at the trade market. You know what I do then? I turn my attention to Imai. And then you got a lot of starting pitching that you could trade. You got a lot of things you could do. You get Donovan for left field if you have to. If that's the case, that's the move you make. Well, you got to do something. But I'm sorry. I'm with Michael Kay on this one. 6 years, $30 million a year, if it ever gets into that range. I'm saying, hey, look, guys, we enjoyed the first year. We got you for nothing, as Michael Kay said. Peace. We out of here. There's no reason to have this conversation. There's no reason. And Michael Kay listed everything that I've been saying about Bellinger for a while. There has been a bit of inconsistency there. You want to lock him in for 6? At 30 years old, 31, whatever he is, you want to lock him in for 6 years? You sure? You sure you want to do that? Look, there's been times when I sat here and I said, I would have told both of the outfielders deuces. They were two of the biggest parts of our team because we need commitment. The Yankees need a level of commitment. Hell, I put a tweet out the other day. Somebody corrected me. It was worse than I thought. I put a tweet out the other day. I don't got it in front of me. I'll kind of spitball it here. I said since 2017 on the Aaron Judge, the Yankees have had about 25 different leadoff hitters and about 15 to 16 different number 2 hitters. This guy actually did the digging and the research. I did bad research. He comes back and goes, Pete, you're wrong. And I'm like, oh, God, let's see what dumbass is going to say here. The guy said it's actually been about 44 on both sides. So when people talk about this whole idea about, oh, my God, wait a second here. The Yankees score more than anybody. They get more guys on base. Folks, again, nobody's denying any of that. But what's this idea about structure? Again, and I know there is a younger fan base here that, you know, you guys don't know baseball. Or Alex Rod, think about this. A-Rod posts this on his story a lot. I love it. And by the way, guys, our friend Bronx Talks are in the chat right now. Go check out that video today about A-Rod, 10 top moments as a New York Yankee. Phenomenal job put together by our good friends at Bronx Talks. Go check it out. I posted in our post today on YouTube. A-Rod posts sometimes, I'm going to a stadium where everybody says, I don't know ball. Can you imagine telling Alex Rodriguez, what do you know? You don't know ball. A-Rod don't know ball. A-Rod doubled down. A-Rod went to Michael Kay and said, hey, Michael, look, let me tell you something. I understand. I get where Cashman's coming from, but I would love to say great things about it. I can't do it. The Yankees have had this many different number 4 hitters, this many different number 2s, this many different number 1s. And if you guys remember a few weeks back, I pulled up the list. When you had Derek and those guys there, it was constantly the same. There was a few changes. But since Judge got here, the greatest gift of God, as our good friend Simon would say.
All rise, motherfucker.
Whoops.
And Aaron Judge is a gift from God, yeah.
The Yankees have had different leadoff hitters, different number 2 hitters, different number 4 hitters constantly. And Aaron Judge has been a number 2 hitter a lot for the Yankees. But they've mixed it up so much. Where's the level of consistency? Where's the commitment to something that could work? And that's why I told you guys when Soto left, get ready to hear it for a long time from Yankee fans. Because it worked. It worked. And any fan with the most minor knowledge of baseball would have sat there and said, yes, obviously, you should try to keep this together. The Yankees failed on that. But this is why Michael Kay is right. If you can reach out to Preller and go, hey, look, I know there's a mess going on right there with ownership ever since the owner's death. May he rest in peace. I know there's a mess going on there with the family. They've also come out and said Tatis will not be traded. It don't hurt you to pick up that phone and say, hey, look, man, this is a great time to make this deal for you guys. We'll take on that whole contract. And on top of taking on that whole contract, we'll give you a shitload of talent. Let's get it done. The other reason to get it done is it's already locked in as a great deal, and it's commitment. Who wouldn't like to see a 1-2-3 of Donovan? I don't know, Donovan, Tatis, Judge, followed by a Ben Rice potentially. Just saying. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be Donovan. I have no idea. But this is what you do in the offseason, right? You have fun conversations. You figure things out. You get creative. And Michael Kay is spot on. I don't get to say this a lot, so I'm happy to say it. Because I always said I respect Michael Kay like crazy. Calling games is not easy. Trust me, I know. Calling games is not an easy thing to do. And I always said I think Michael Kay is one of the best play-by-play guys. Don't always agree with his opinions, but this opinion, I'm right there with him. I think he's 100% correct. I am right there with Michael Kay, 150%. Makes all the sense in the world to make that deal. Will it happen? Probably not. Should we talk about it? Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair.
And
Whoops. Simon, take it easy.
Aaron Judge is a gift from God, yeah.
I'm not used to the soundboard, man. There's no game season.
Thank you for being a friend.
We got the Z Show says Tatis and Gavin Sheets would be great additions to the Yankees. Give them whatever they want in exchange. Thank you for all that you do, Pete. Appreciate you, man. And yeah, man, I'm all for that. I'm all for that move. Everybody has heard me. You know, I've probably been the biggest defender of Jason Dominguez out there. Bar none. I don't think there's been a bigger defender of Jason Dominguez getting playing time with the New York Yankees than me. And, you know, I think anybody could agree to that. I'd buy his plane ticket to head to San Diego. If I needed to drive him to San Diego, I'm willing to put in the work. No problem. Sign me up. Sign me up. I just don't want to take my car now. I'll just rent a car and then, yeah, we drive right across. No big deal. Who do they want? Who do you want? That's how you call AJ Preller up. AJ, how you doing? Brian Cashman. This is me. Pete Simonetti, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. Let me tell you something. I'll be doing a lot better if you gave me Fernando. Who do you want? I wouldn't even wait. Frank Quilt says, what's up, brother? He goes, no more than 3-year contract for Belly. It's risky. More than that, never going to happen. That's the thing. It's never going to happen. Look, Brian Cashman did say something the other day that did make sense, is that there's not a lot of outfield talent out there. There's not a lot of, opportunities or players out there that can make sense for outfielders. Bellinger's going to get paid by somebody. He had a really good year. somebody's going to pay him. I think it would be a horrible idea for the New York Yankees to lock that guy in long term. I've said it before. If somehow they magically figured out a 4-year deal, oh man, I'd support that 150%. I'd support that 150%. But the other way, nah, you can't do 6 years. I'm with Michael K on that one. Walk away from it. Run away. Don't do it. I can't read that name. What is that name right there? Mar Keanu. Welcome to the U, brother. We appreciate you. Again, guys, anybody that becomes members, go ahead and join the Discord server, man. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. We got a lot to do today, folks. I'm going to go ahead and keep voicemails going. Here we go.
Hey, Pete, Kyle Malay here.
Oh,
hey,
shit.
Vote Yanks. I'm just kidding. Hey, Pete, Kyle Malay here.
Make me some fucking eggs!
I can't believe that they actually did it. They didn't tender Mark Leiter Jr. a contract.
Not big news.
And they actually did it to Osvaldo Cabrera, which I really like. Like, he should definitely be able to play. But hopefully we hear some good news on Monday from Hal, because he's actually alive. Because he's going to be talking on Monday, apparently. But who knows what he's going to say. I hope. There's no way we stay under $300 million. There's no way.
Agreed.
And
Tough.
Once they get to $300 million, they might as well go all in. Go get Bellinger or Tucker, and then go trade for Skubal, because we need pitching. But yeah, tell me what you think, and let's all have a good night, and let's hope the Yankees actually do something. But like I said in Discord, I'm just gonna let them surprise me. All right, have a good night, and go Yankees.
Yeah, man. Fair game. Let them surprise you. Tim says, did we just see the return of Pete Dombrowski? You bet your ass you did. Pete Dombrowski is back. I'm wheeling and dealing, baby. Oh, I'm wheeling and dealing. Who do you want? When I call GM, that's all I say. I'm the worst GM ever. I am the worst general manager of all time. I told you guys. You guys remember when the Yankees got Soto? I said, I'm calling everybody. I'm making every move. I'm getting rid of everybody. I am the worst general manager of all time. No joke. They called me up. Hey, Pete, who do you want? That's it. All I need to know is who do you want? And we're making deals. That's all I would do, man. No doubt about it. But, you know, the funny misconception, I would say, about me and Yankee fans like me, right, is one of the misconceptions is people believe that I want the Yankees to have like a $360 million payroll. I want the Yankees to go buy everybody. That's really not the case. You know what I mean? That's not the case at all. I sat here the other day with my brother Francis, and I said, you know, Imai just makes so much sense because he's one big free agent signing, but then you could focus so much on trades because now your pitching depth is really open. I've never been one of those guys that say just go out there and get the payroll to 360, 400. Look, can the Yankees exceed it and go well over? Of course they can. We all know that. Do they have to? No, it's about being smart. And I just think Imai makes so much sense. Now, the Yankees are connected. Brian Cashman, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he did mention that he reached out or had conversation regarding, I don't think it was Okamoto yet. I think it might have been Imai. I forget. I don't want to put any words in his mouth on what he said, but I feel like it was one of those guys. It might have been Imai. I don't know. I don't truly remember off the top of my head. But yeah, man. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but it's a World Series move. Just getting back to Michael K again. Tatis would be a World Series move. You know, I'd sit here and say it right now. They get him, they go to the World Series. I said it with Juan Soto. I'll say it with Fernando. It would be so big for that clubhouse and the team in general that man would eat up New York. He would eat up New York, and the fans would love him. But pipe dream.
Hey, Pete.
Oh, shit.
King in the hills. How you doing? Underground, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I first want to shout out PME Hippie 27th anniversary.
God bless.
Yeah.
God bless, Mach.
Dream will rise to the top. dig it. And what does it take to stay married for that long? And testosterone for the dude, yeah! And NYYU continues to rise like an eagle through all space and time. Like the madness of the macho maniacs and mamas, And Hal is finally going to come down from his mountain and speak on my trash can who's laying on the ground, my garbage, yeah. And whose answers are garbage, because the macho king don't need nobody pissing down his leg to tell me it's raining, yeah.
Tell him, Mach.
Figure things out all by myself. No trash cans to the left of me, and no bare bones to the right. No Christians for 22 million Samoans neither. Don't need them then. I don't need them now, yeah. But we need more right-handed hitting bullpen help. And a starter would be nice, yeah. And let me point at Hal, because I don't care if payroll is $400 million. You win a championship in 2026, or you can sell the team as far as I'm concerned.
Tell him, Mach.
Otherwise, I want to send everybody blessings this holiday season. Pete,
Yes.
Here, little Manetti, and Aunt Mo, I hope you're feeling a lot better, yeah. I miss everyone, and I love everybody, and before you know it, it'll be spring training again. And the USW will take Yankee Stadium, and we'll take it over forever. Damn macho! Ooh, yeah! Macho!
There it is. Damn it, honest. Nobody like Mach. I'll tell you right now, my guy B. Ramirez says, I'm not one to encourage a $300 million payroll, but go get Tatis, brother. Maybe you didn't listen to my, that has nothing to do with a $300 million payroll. Zero to do with it. He's probably going to get paid. Let's put it like, I think he gets paid $24 million. Tatis actually helps you via payroll over a long term. That contract's already in. He's not getting paid. What guys are getting paid now? Cody Bellinger may get more money. Cody Bellinger may very well get more money. AAV. So yeah, that has zero to do with the Yankees payroll. Zero whatsoever. Keanu, my guy, says, get Quan. Bat lead off. Tatis would be nice and bat second. Judge third. Judge would get 140 plus ribbies. Get Tucker. Trade a ton for Scooble or Imai, which would be a signing. 2026 World Series champs. Let me just say something. And is he 36 million? Even if he is 36 million dollars, that doesn't bring the Yankees to an insane. The Yankees have no deals. This is what people don't understand. This is what people do not seem to understand, and I just don't get it. The Yankees have no deals locked in the books. There's no money that's going to be spent. I'm going to just verify this and make sure. There's no money that's going to be spent. All these people talk about, oh my God, they're going to sign a guy for money. The Yankees have no contracts. There's no contracts. If the Yankees were to bring a contract like that in right now, that locks them into somebody that's not getting paid a ton based on what his value could be. That's what you would do. Those are the type of deals that you should make. Those are the type of trades you should make. And you're wrong on top of that. So again, this is why people don't talk, because you're wrong. He doesn't get paid $36 million now. It's even better for the Yankees. Matter of fact, you made this even better. You made made Michael K's point even better. I'm happy you did what you did. He only gets $20 million next year. $20 million. You just made it better for the Yankees. In the years where guys are going to start getting paid more, he makes less. And then it goes up. 20 million, then 25, then 25, then 36 in 2029. It's peanuts. Peanuts for Senor Steinbrenner. Come on now. That's the type of moves you want to go after. Michael K. Look, again, can't believe I agree with you. E. Diego says, Cash mentioned Casey Close when Scott Boras was mentioned quite a bit last night. Thoughts on that? Well, Casey Close represents one of the Japanese players. It might be Imai. I don't know, but I do believe he represents one of the Japanese players. Could be Imai. I don't know. Could very well be Imai. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not 100% certain on that, but it could be. Let's keep voicemails going.
Good evening, Pete. It's the Bella Vista Bocce Master calling from Bella Vista, New Haven, Connecticut. How you doing? I found Hal, by the way.
Oh, shit.
Yep, Hal is here at Bella Vista. My friend Chief Inspector Clouseau is interrogating him.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Well, Hal, I'm going to give you an ultimatum. If that idiot Boone does not make it this year, you will fire him at once. Do you understand me?
Oh, my
Or you're going to
God.
go through life wearing Yankee pinstripes, writing parking tickets. Are we
Oh,
clear
my
on that,
God.
Hal? Are we clear?
Yes, we are, Inspector.
Chief Inspector.
So that's where Hal is, Pete.
What the hell is
Clouseau and I
going
got him
on
under
here?
interrogation. We gave him an ultimatum. He doesn't make it this year. Boone is out. No questions asked. And what about Cashman?
Well, we'll get Cashman a job at
here we
Sears and
go.
Roebuck, being a tent tester. And also maybe we'll get him another part-time job since he likes to climb down the windows a lot. We'll get him a job washing windows at the Chrysler building. I heard they need some people there.
Live
About time he
schizophrenia.
earned his keeps.
Well, you have a good day, Pete, and also happy Thanksgiving coming up to everybody there at the NYYU. And congrats on your new baby. I heard you're having your Jarvis having a nice baby. And make sure you teach it all about the Yankees and also to hate the Red Sox and do what you got to do. But and when he plays baseball, tell him to be ruthless and show no mercy. You have a good day, Pete. Rock on, NYY Underground forever. Smacky the likey, hitty the subby, and remember, Aaron Judge is a gift from God. I said, Aaron Judge is a gift from God. Have a good day, Pete. And let's go Yankees in 2026.
Goodbye.
Live schizophrenia, folks, for everybody. If you don't know the disease or whatever the hell it is, I don't know. Is it a disease or I don't think you catch it. I think you just have it. Live schizophrenia here at NYYU. Frank Quotez says the Yankees really need a good starting pitcher like Scooble if we want to get to the World Series 2026. And I hope so. That's my guy, man. I tell you what, I love Frank Quotez, damn it. That is my guy. My man keeping it 100 with everybody, damn it. Let's keep it going, guys. More voicemails for you.
Yeah.
There he is.
Good, Simonetti.
What's up,
The
brother?
one and only Yo calling in again. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Hi.
Hey, man. I had a quick question for you
What's
in
up,
regards to, I don't know if you saw Cashman talking about Trent Grisham and
Oh, I
the
did.
qualifying offer and all that.
Oh, I did.
Bullshit. So, I don't know if you got a takeaway on his comment. For me, it almost feels like he has no faith in Grisham, and I'm sorry, not Grisham. It's like he has no faith in Dominguez or Spencer Jones.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't get is, if you have no faith in these kids, why the fuck do you not trade them to get valuable pieces? Specifically, starting rotation arms or relief pitchers doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Why are you holding these kids back if you're not going to play them? And when you play them, you don't even give them enough time to produce. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it, bro. This is why, I feel like the front office, man, it's a shit show, man. I hate it. I hate the front office. I hate Brian Cashman. Brian Cashman, that cocksucking bleep word, Nah, I can't, bro. I want to hear your thoughts on that. Gotta go, man. Peace.
Yeah. Look, man, I'll say this very simply. He was doing the whole sleeping outside for charity and all that stuff yesterday. That's when it was a few conversations with him. But, a lot of people are like, well, Trent Grisham played the Yankees. No, I don't think that's the case. I think the Yankees are actually okay with Grisham coming back. I believe that. I think he's okay with Grisham coming back. I said that the minute it happened, but I guess he did say something yesterday that this kind of flew over a lot of people's heads, especially on Twitter, the land of, respected people on Twitter. But this flew over a lot of people's head when I mentioned this yesterday. I tweeted this out because Brian Cashman basically said that, well, we're okay with Grisham coming back because he handled New York so well. He hit great on the road and at home. He didn't hit great at home. Trent Grisham, he hit 195 at Yankee Stadium with a 702 OPS, right? And no, I'm not even joking. People wrote in this comment section, they put up his numbers on the road to try to discredit what I said. Like, I'm the one who hit 195. it's a fake world over there on Twitter. People take it too seriously. They really believe like they're popular on Twitter. It's absolutely bananas. Hey, I'm well respected on Twitter. You got to listen to me. I'm well respected on Twitter. You got to listen to me. All right? Reshare me. I'm is it retweet? What is it called, man? Is it even X? X. All right? I'm well respected on X. The Yankee community really respects me on X. You got to listen to me. All I pointed out was that he wasn't good at home. At 195, they're like, hey, but on the road, that wasn't a question. The GM said he's great on both. He's great on both. He's great on both sides. He's not. And the idea that he struggled at Yankee Stadium is a little bit concerning, to be honest, even though he had a very good year, very surprising year, really struggled a lot towards the end. What's the likelihood we see this guy? Brian Cashman is banking on it. He's sitting there saying, we think he found something. The changes he made, we believe are legit. We're going to see what happens, but we believe he's going to be the same guy. I have a hard time believing Trent Grisham's going to hit 30-plus home runs again and, and bat 230, 240. I don't know. Defense also was not great in center field. It wasn't great in center field. Wasn't a good defender. His defense, got worse. Is it due to the hamstring injury and this and that? I don't know. Maybe. But he wasn't a great defender. He was actually really poor in center field, to be fair. So let's get to the voicemails.
Hey, Pete.
Yo.
Chat. Yesterday was the first encouraging thing I heard from our guy Cashman all winter.
Okay.
When he said that our 7, 8, and 9 hitters strike out too much. Well, yes. Hello. Yeah. And then at least Cashman recognizes that. But then here's the contradiction with Cashman. They're fine with going ahead and starting Volpe when he's healthy next year, and he's the king of the strikeouts for the position. So again, this makes no sense. And the other thing, in a way, I'm glad Hal's going to come out and talk, but my thing is that about 10 seconds after Hal talks, I think we'll wish we hadn't heard from him at all. But anyway, I'm going to try and stay positive. Take care, everybody.
William Henry, the one, the only, the biggest freak here at the U, Senor William Henry. But no, you're right. You're right. You're 100% right. But Cashman does that. Just a couple of days before yesterday, I forgot when that was, when he was talking about, the team that hits we still know that, but yeah, blah, blah, blah. The team that hits the most home runs in the playoffs, that's the team that wins. Yeah. But, and then, he says there, we strike out too much at the bottom of the order, but what are we doing to address that? Again, Donovan, a lot of these guys address it that have been mentioned. It's the fact of the matter of actually going out there and getting one of those guys or getting multiple ones of those guys. When it comes to trades, that's why I just, I continue to say Imai makes so much sense. Imai makes so much sense. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, JKP. Yes, you got to hit homers. There's no doubt about that. But not everybody in your lineup needs to hit homers. That's the problem. And a lot of younger fan base, they don't get this because they see baseball savant. And I get it. Savant's fun. It's fun. Let me tell you this. Fernando Tatis is savant. Yeah, who wouldn't want this? The problem is not everybody in your lineup needs to do this. Not everybody in your lineup needs to hit you 30 homers a year. You don't need that. What happened to the table setter? We saw it work pretty well in the World Series. What happened to the table setter? What happened with the player that sets the table for guys like Fernando Tatis, for guys like Aaron Judge? That means something. Strikeouts hurt you in tight games. Yeah, could it come down to a solo homer to win it? Yeah. But give me high contact players, give me batting average, give me on base percentage. Again, in certain spots of the lineup. Am I mad if my number 5 guy is a walk, strikeout, home run hitter? No, I'm not. You need those guys too. But you can't have everybody in your lineup with this super uppercut swing, hoping that you hit a bomb every now and then when you're facing the elite pitchers in baseball in the most important games of the year. Get guys on base for Aaron Judge. This is not complicated. If you brought in another big bat, yeah, get a leadoff hitter. Get a Brendan Donovan. That's why, again, look at everything with common sense. I talk about this all the time. It's not much further than common sense. Yeah, there's numbers involved, there's money involved. I get all that. But common sense can solve all your problems. Shouldn't be controversial to sit there and say, I don't think Trent Grisham's a good leadoff hitter. Guys, the Yankees had Anthony Rizzo hitting leadoff. Are you mad? Are you mad? Think about what I just said. First of all, they've had 40-something leadoff hitters since Judge was here in 2017. Number 2 hitters, the same thing. Number 4 hitters, the same thing. That's insane. That's malpractice. That's not doing your job. And you got great baseball men like A-Rod simply pointing out that that's an issue. And you got people who want to argue that, no, it's okay. Keep doing what you're doing. Eventually it'll work. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't understand why so many people and the Yankees had the best on base. Okay, great. Why does Aaron Judge not have 140 RBIs a year? Is it because Aaron Judge sucks with men on base? No. Why are there not multiple players on the Yankees with, 95 RBIs, 100 plus? Used to happen all the time. You know why? They were table setters. They were table setters. They were guys on base for the big hitters on the team. Whether it was 3, 4, or 5, it didn't matter. They were players on base. None of this is controversial. None of this is a new idea. This is all common sense. It's all common sense. Yankees don't think that way for whatever reason. Whoops, let me play this next one.
Yo, what's going on, Pete, man? Look, I've been on X lately, bro, and I've been watching Francis, man, getting into it with another content creator. I ain't going to say his name, but we all know who we talking about. Bro, all I got to say is keep doing your thing. Keep making it real. Keep being real, bro. Period, man. It's crazy. I think, all the Yankees Twitter has been taken over by Gen Z. But, keep doing your thing.
God bless him.
Keep it real. So.
Hey, look, man, everybody's allowed to have an opinion. I laugh at a few different things. And, people got to grow up and live in the real world and learn. And I get that. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I do things wrong. But for people to sit there and be like, hey, I'm respected on Twitter, that's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. That's the prime example of somebody you don't even need to respond to because you never lived life. You've legitimately never lived life in the outside world. Hey, man, let me tell you something. I'm respected in Twitter. X respects me. Okay? That's all that matters. All right? Lord have mercy, I tell you what. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to real quick, I got to plug, I got to plug my stuff. We got Black Friday sales going on at NYYunderground.com. Beautiful Black Friday sales going on. One of the sales we got 2 sales going on. Listen to me. I'm shipping out tomorrow, by the way. So you might want to get ahead right now. You order tonight. It gets shipped tomorrow, all right? Black Friday, buy 2 hats. Get 1 hat chain or a pin free. All you do is add it to your cart. It does it for you. But we got a big one today. Here's all the new hats we have available, by the way. Custom New York or Nothings. We got the 2000 World Series hat, 1903 Gothic Arc, New York Yankees cap, and also Jackie Robinson hat, 2000 World Series, Jackie Robinson patch, and then also, too, the black on black snapback that everybody has been going bananas about. But right here, real quick, guys, I got 5 tees left. Only 5 of these babies are left, all right? I don't know why why is my picture not pulling up here? Let me do a refresh here. What the hell's going on with this pic? The hell? The hell's happening to the site? There it goes. 5 of these left. We got 5 shirts left. 3 in medium, 2 in large. $30. $30. That's it. Drop down $10. I got 5 left. We want to get rid of them. Move on to the next merchandise. But again, guys, only for Black Friday. This is going to go right back up to $40 here in a couple of days. But go ahead. Any order, again, placed today, I'm going to send your order out tomorrow. These shirts come with the tag, NYYU official tag, all that fun stuff. It's only going to get bigger and better from here. Super excited about it. So I appreciate you guys with that. But again, anybody orders today, your order is going to be shipped in the morning. So you get it very, very quickly. I think so far, so good, right? Everybody's gotten their orders very quick. That's kind of how we like to do it here at the U. But ladies and gentlemen, really, unless you guys have, some conversations that you guys want to talk about and all that, go right ahead. Let's talk. I did design the shirt. Yes, I designed everything myself. Everything that you guys are seeing NYYU related. We got hats on the way. I'll be honest with you guys, there was a little mess up in the fabric of the hats, so I had to send them back. They got to be redone. They're going to be redone again. I got multiple NYYU hats on the way. So again, guys, those are all coming. Give it a little bit of time. Stanley's drop next Friday. NYYU Stanley's next Friday. Hey, Pete, are the Yankees trying to sign Bo? No. They're not smart enough. No. Yankees are not. They're not gonna sign Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette will not be a New York Yankee, folks. You could just go ahead and forget that now. Go ahead and pack it in, give it up. Say you quit. Say you're over with. Say you're sick and tired. Say you want to throw up. Say you want to puke. Whatever it might be. Say you're sick. Say you're disgusted. Say you're fed up. You're never gonna talk about the Yankees again. You hate them. That's it. Stelio says, why do you think these players getting 1-year qualifying offers or signing a 1 year are doing when the lockout is inevitable? What do I think they're doing? What I think, if you're talking specifically about a guy like Trent Grisham, I think Trent Grisham knew I'm not going to get $22 million. I think the Yankees knew that too. I think the Yankees, a lot of people saying that the Yankees got played. I don't believe that. I tell you what I think it is. I said it when they had it. And maybe it has to do with the lockout too, is that they feel like, let me get the 22 mil deal and bounce. So potentially, yeah, you get your big deal now. Why not? But again, man, I'll just say it again. I think the situation there with Brian Cashman was, I found this guy. Keeping him. I think, the Yankees, look, you could say all day, and I said this myself. There's not a lot of outfielders available. And I've been saying, right, I thought somebody would overpay for Trent Grisham. I didn't think it would be the Yankees, but it ended up being the Yankees. You could say what you want, that at 34 homers, he was worth $22 million. You're not wrong. The problem is very simple. Is he going to repeat? I don't think there's not one person here. There's not one person here that can sit in this room right now and say if Trent Grisham really regressed, they'd be shocked. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there anybody in this chat that can sit here with me right now and say, Pete, I think you're wrong. I got to be honest with you. I think he would be better. I think he's going to have just the same year. It would shock me if he got worse. No way. No way. No way. But, as always, in due time, we'll find out. In due time, we will find out exactly what happens and what they do. Pete, any chance we're involved in Marte? Seems like another cash white whale. I would love Ketel Marte. Another player that makes a lot of sense for the Yankees. I bring this stuff up a lot. My father, Pop Simonetti, convinced me of Marte to the Yankees. And I got videos of shit. I got videos of Marte going back to the Simonetti Source days. Him, Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, those guys, they've always been players I've absolutely loved. And he's a great fit. You just got to go ahead and then say I'd probably maybe give up Jazz. But here's the thing, too, about Brian Cashman. He found Jazz. He traded for him, remember? He traded for him. I don't think he's going to let him go. I don't think he's going to deal him. Does he re-sign Jazz? I got a feeling Jazz has a good, if he has a good year again, I got a feeling he's going to price himself out from the Yankees. I think he's going to price himself out. Maybe now's the time, sell high, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. And again, look, can they shock me? Yeah, of course. You know, a lot of people kind of had the overreaction that, Trent Grisham, well, now that's the end. Everybody got so mad about it. People weren't mad. And I'll say it again, man. I don't think people were mad about Trent Grisham. I like Trent. How could somebody really sit there and go, I really dislike this guy? He ain't one of those dudes. Trent Grisham's not one of those dudes that you watch and go, I can't fucking stand this guy. He's just not one of those guys. What Yankee fans were mad about is that $22 million was allocated to Trent Grisham. When in reality, you don't think the Yankees could have got him back on a 1 or 2 year deal? I think so. If he accepted that, he was probably looking out there going, I really like being a Yankee. One, there's a lockout potentially next year, and I could take 22 mil. That's insane. Why wouldn't I say yes? They knew that. You think the Yankees are that stupid? They're stupid. They're not that stupid. They're very okay with Trent Grisham being back on a 1 year deal at $22 million, whether it works or it doesn't work. Steelio, I've been saying for 2 years, I think Jason Dominguez is traded. I hope I'm wrong. I've said it for 2 years. It's obvious. There's people in this organization that do not like this kid. It's clear as day. I don't know what it is. They don't like him. And everybody's going to sit there and go defense. Fuck defense. I'm sick of this shit. Everything's defense nowadays. I get it. You want good defenders. Yeah, we all want. The Dodgers didn't have 9 guys on the field that were Gold Glovers. They didn't have 9 guys on the field that were above average. Stop this madness that you gotta have everything great everywhere. The fact of the matter is, Jason Dominguez has been our top prospect. Jason Dominguez has dominated every level you've put him at. On top of that, his offensive profile is everything this club needs. Everything this club craves. Everything this club is missing. He's exactly the type of player that you'd want on this team. And you know, a lot of people bring up the numbers of Jason Dominguez. Well, let me tell you something. When you haven't played as much professional ball like Dominguez does, and every level you were a superstar, then you get to the major leagues and the team goes, we'll start you out there, we'll take you out, then guys start hitting good, and you're never playing. I'm sorry, but I have trouble looking at your numbers going, it was all on you, Jason. I have trouble believing that. Where was the consistency? He became the 4th outfielder at the end of the year, and it's going to be hard to sell his value. Wait, you guys want... Look, let me be honest. Let me ask you guys a question. If you had a top player that was controlled, would you center a deal around Jason Dominguez after the way the Yankees played him? I wouldn't. I'd give pushback on him. Well, you guys didn't play him. Yeah, but we had this. I don't care. You guys didn't play him. No, you got to give me more than that. I like the kid, but you got to give me more than that. I need a little more value back. Can't tell me that Jason Dominguez is the centerpiece. You guys didn't play him over Alex Verdugo. Even when Trent Grisham was playing terrible towards the end of the year, you still didn't play him. Matter of fact, the one at bat he got in the playoffs was to protect Anthony Volpe. That's how high you guys think of him. That's how much you guys think of him. Jacob Petrucci, you're talking to the wrong guy, brother. You're talking to the wrong guy. You're talking to the wrong guy, fam. You're talking to the wrong guy. Everybody's available for Pizza Minetti. I'm sorry. I don't believe in that baloney. I don't believe in that baloney. There's a lot of people out there that sit there and go, oh, wait a second, this guy's unavailable because he looked so good last year. Everybody's available in my world. I don't believe in this whole idea. You know, I forgot. I think there was a tweet the other day. Cameron Maben doesn't always have the best takes. And look, that's fair to say. You know, there's people out there that, you know, I don't have the best takes. And I don't have the best takes. Nobody does. Everybody's going to have, you know, different takes, different opinions, all that fun stuff. We all know that, right? But I think it was, I want to say it was Cameron Maben. Cameron Maben said something very interesting the other day. He put a tweet out and he was basically just coming out and he said, prospects are prospects. They don't mean shit. The Yankees are in a position where they can't fuck around. They got to get rid of guys. And he's right. There can't be somebody that could deny that. Do you guys understand? And I got in an argument with a friend of mine, a close friend of mine about this. If Aaron Judge hangs up his cleats and he says this is it, and the Yankees don't win, it might be the greatest failure in New York Yankee history. And it'll be a period that we will all look back on and go, wow, we were all so right. And they just failed miserably. Let's think about it right now. Think about it for a second. Let's just hope this doesn't happen. Guys you called up didn't work. Guys you tried to put there with Judge didn't work. You had one guy and you let him go. But can you imagine looking back and going, you re-signed Aaron Boone not once but twice? You had a $300 million payroll multiple times, almost every year. You signed free agents, you did this, you did that. But all those little things that people felt like was the reason you weren't winning, and you never did, it would probably be the biggest failure of all time. And I'll be honest with you, it'll be a gigantic stain on whatever legacy Brian Cashman would then leave behind him. I've never said Brian Cashman is a terrible GM. I never said that. I think he's a good GM. I think the biggest problem is he's let people in the inner circle that are fucking him. They're hindering the process. They've believed in this new idea that's not working, and the Yankees are scared to say eject, get out, escape, push the button, shoot up on the parachute, and get the fuck out of there. That's the problem. My brother Rod Thompson's getting you some music, brother. And now Cashman says Jones and Jason will compete for a spot. Well, he does that every year, Ross, so that's nothing new to me. That's nothing new to me. He does this every year. He did it way back in the day that Bubba Crosby's the center fielder. They went out there and said Johnny Damon signed. Nick Swisher's the first baseman. They went out there and got Mark Teixeira. There's going to be a three-way competition at shortstop. We all knew it was going to be Anthony Volpe. Let's not play ourselves. They do that all the time. They're going to fight. They'll fight it out over there. No, they're not. No, they're not. Unless they walk away from Bellinger and then they say, you know what? Fuck it. There's really nobody else out there unless we come by a trade. It's the only chance we have anyway. So yeah, we're going to have to. We got no choice. Let them fight it out. Let them fight it out. So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. But no doubt about it, man. There is quite the mess. Quite the mess right now for the New York Yankees. Quite the ugliness going on out there for the team now. And look, man, I think Christian even said this yesterday. I think we all do. We want to cheer the team on. You know, nobody wants to sit here this whole offseason and go, man, this sucks going into a year. We want to see something good happening. You know, I've seen a lot of people talk about Corey Seager. I don't think that's going to happen. You know, a guy a few years into that new deal, the Yankees had a chance to sign him. He's obviously a great fit for Yankee Stadium. Another left-handed batter. Guys, let's be real with one another here, and we can all just be we can all just be very, very honest. We know Anthony Volpe's the shortstop. We know they're not going to move on from Anthony Volpe. They're not going to move on from Anthony Volpe. Their goal is, and look, my biggest concern right now with Volpe is not even the past 3 years. My biggest concern with Anthony Volpe is he just had left shoulder surgery. That's the lead hand. That's the lead hand in the bat. That's the driving hand is your left. He just had left shoulder surgery. We've seen guys have shoulder surgery, and they're never the same. Scary thing is, can Anthony Volpe get worse? I don't know. But I tell you what the problem right now with Volpe is. I know, they like to say, no, the kid handles everything well. Great. He's going to have to get off to a very quick start because he's on eggshells. Let's be honest. He's on eggshells. He's on eggshells. And guess what? They're going to pass on Bo Bichette also, who would be a perfect fit. And again, I get it. Defense. Pete, defense. What about defense with Bo Bichette? He's a horrible defender. You really want to sign him to a 7-year deal because Bo Bichette's so bad at shortstop? Well, yeah, I do. I do, and I'll continue to defend Bo Bichette being a Yankee. Put this man in my lineup. I don't give a shit what his defense looks like. Just because you sign him to play shortstop doesn't mean he stays there. Very simple to have the conversation. Bo, you're not staying at short, brother. Matter of fact, we may have an opening at second base next season. The idea that fans can literally look at this and go defense and go, oh my God, I can't bring this guy on. You're wrong. You're wrong, William Henry. I might die if they did that. You might see the end of NYYU. Signing Devin Williams at 3 years, $45 million. Finish me now. Finish me right now. That would, honestly, man, I wouldn't even know how the fuck to react to that. 3 years, 45 a clip. 3 years at $45 million would be fucking bananas for Devin Williams. Now, again, if Devin loved being a Yankee, hey, Devin, let's get you on a bounce back. Let's give you a 1-year deal. I'm not going to rip my hair out about a 1-year deal for Devin Williams. Not at all. 3 years, $45 million. You gotta be nuts. You gotta be out your fucking mind crazy. Crazy to do that. No way in hell. Full stop. Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. No way. There's no way. And would it shock me? Of course not. Nothing should shock us regarding the Yankees, especially players they trade for. And, Brian Cashman's ego wants to prove, he was much better than what people wanted to say. It wouldn't shock me. But holy shit, 3 years, $45 million. That would be nuts. That would be crazy. And I believe that was, I believe the reason so many people are out there talking about that is because I believe that it was Ken Rosenthal who put a report or, commented on that. That's why I think a lot of people, are kind of up in arms about that being a possibility. But Hal Steinbrenner speaking pretty soon, guys. Monday, I have that covered for you. Rod Thompson says, Pete, whenever Volpe pisses me off, I'll just sing pins and needles, needles and pins. A happy man is a man that grins. Indeed it is, brother. A little Honeymooners reference, Ralph Cramden. Pins and needles. Needles and pins. A happy man is a man that grins. Yes, indeed, Rod Thompson. But ladies and gentlemen, no DS on Sunday, but I'll be live Sunday night. No doubt about it. I'll still be live on Sunday night, guys. Francis will be traveling, but I will be live on Sunday night, so do not worry. We still got you guys covered. Might have a guest with me. I don't know. We'll see. But Francis is traveling, so it will not be an episode of Designated Spitters. But I promise you guys, Sunday night, I will be live. No problem whatsoever. Monday, I'll be live for whenever Hal is live and having that interview. just to give my feedback, as always, on, you know, what I think. And, you know, maybe Hal will say some things that I could be okay with. But we're going to find out very, very soon here. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, one more time, Black Friday sales happening on NYYunderground.com. Go check it out. We got a few shirts left. Like I told you guys, brand new hats are in stock. They're all there. The black on black snapback is back in stock. We got a lot of hats back in stock. A lot of new hats, also new options. Buy 2 hats, get a hat chain or a pin for free. And the NYYU t-shirt is down in price. We only got a few left. $30 to wipe those babies out. Peace out, guys. Have a blessed and amazing rest of your day. God bless each and every one of you. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, baby.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Now they calling my phone, yeah. But I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. When they're at their best, we still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught them watching my throne, yeah. Ain't no one doing the shit that we doing, ain't no